No, you're going too low.
Okay. Hi, my name is Aelk Minsur. Welcome to my studio here in Phoenix. I want to show you my box. So maybe about a year ago, I fell down a rabbit hole looking into the apprehension engine. If you're watching this, there's a good chance you already know what it is, but if not, I highly recommend looking it up. So this is nothing like that, but I at least have to maybe cite my sources, as it were. It's very cool. So I wanted to make a sound box, and I built this mostly out of material that was left over from some of my job sites. So I guess we'll just start at kind of the ins and outs. So currently it's powered from a variable DC power supply. Right now the sweet spot seems to be around 24 volts. So power comes out of this guy into this box, and on the left side for the inputs I have the power and the audio input. Inside there's an audio amplifier. There is actually two audio amplifiers and a motor controller. This right here is a function generator, pulse width modulator, whatever you call it. Basically it just generates a square wave for the two linear actuators that are inside of here. This box right here, I got three inputs. There's the audio input, the pulse input, and the motor input. On the other side, that's where we have the outputs. So I have four piezo pickups in there. There's one on the top. These are all coming out right here. There's one on the top, one on the front, one on the bottom, and there's another one inside of the conduit right here. There's also two microphones. There's one mic inside of the conduit. There's another mic inside the box. I'll open this up a little bit later. Inside the box, there's also a small DC motor, two linear actuators, a small 3-inch driver, and then this is connected to the inside. Basically just do some vocal sounds or fart noises, whatever you want. So this, like I said, this was just built off of material left over from job sites. So this is just an 8x8x4 J box. I got some transformer isolation pads on the bottom to keep it from vibrating around. This is an 18x18x6. I made a little strut stand. This has more isolation pads on the bottom. This is some 4-inch EMT held up by some all thread. Another transformer grounding bar right here, some 3/8 all thread, and you can run things along this or metal or anything. This is a little twanger. Let's see. One thing I do kind of like about this, it has its pros and cons, but it's almost kind of modular as far as the inputs and outputs. So I can play some audio coming out of, right here we got the Digi 2, and now we have the Digi playing through the speaker inside of the box. Instead of doing the audio into the speaker, I can also do the audio into the pulse for the linear actuators. Now the Digitone is controlling the two linear actuators in here. Or I can take it and have the audio control the motor. So we'll plug these back in, get the audio going into the speaker. Stop that for now. So the pulse generator, there's just two solenoids in there. That's just those guys going. Put a limiter on that. Right now I have a wire nut with some rubber tape wrapped around it. That's why it sounds so clanky. And you can change the speed on this too. So right now this is just dry. How I use this is I'm using the SP mostly just for effect, but I can also use it as a looper. Also using Ableton and the APC here for the looper on Ableton if I wanted to do that. Now we take them apart. Show you what's inside. I don't know how much of this will actually do. In space. I'll add some effects to that later. Farts in space. And inside, this is that motor I was telling you about. Right now I got some little yellow wire nut with some rubber tape on it, and it just kind of gives it that whacking sound. Or you could just take it off and it gives it a little more of a smooth hum that I found you can actually tune it. The two actuators here, right now I got some little fucking jangles washers on there. This one's hitting the box itself. If I take this tape off, it'll make it a little bit louder. There's a 3-inch driver just JB welded to the bottom. This is the other end of this guy. Fun fact, on Amazon I found these knobs, and these are actually the exact same knobs for the Lyra 8, which I'm a big fan of. Alright, let's see. Can you see that hot mess? You can get it? Okay. So I've been using these quite a bit for the project I'm working on currently. So depending on depending on the order I put this video out, I'll either I don't know, put some on the. Are you telling me to look at that?
Yeah. No, you don't have to duck down.